Hello,
What is your
everybody,
problem?
welcome back to a new video. Yes, I'm back. After a little hiatus, I'm back and ready to rumble. So just before this video starts, I really wanted to say thank you very much for the support on the last few videos. My best videos of all time, and it's really appreciated, and it motivates me to do even more. But I don't want to waste time. Let's hop into it. Today I'll be going back to talking about baseball. There's a lot of news that has come out recently since I've made my last baseball video. At the end of the video, I will be talking about the top 10 new release prospects. They dropped the new top 100 prospects, but I'm just going to be doing a deep dive into the top 10. So without wasting time, if you enjoy this content, please leave a like and drop a subscription. And I love you all. Let's go. So starting off with the big news, I really wanted to start off with the Rays. Rays, they're not getting lucky this week. First of all, I don't want to dive too much in the Franco situation, but it is big news in baseball with Rays losing like their best player. Something that baseball has no control over, and the Rays neither, but there has been allegations. I'm not going to dive into it, but with these allegations and these investigations that are taking place, Franco is probably out for the it's probably out for the foreseeable future. How long all depends, but I don't want to talk about what the allegations are, but they're really serious. If you guys want to really check it, you can go Google it, or you can check another video, but I really don't want to take the risk of talking about it too much. But he's probably out for this year, and his career even could be in jeopardy, if I'm being honest. Already that news is extremely bad for the Rays. Now we have to hop into saying that Shane McLennan is out this year, and he's probably out for next year too. Shane McLennan has just gone down with Tommy John. And this is really sad. Or he's going to need Tommy John surgery. I mean, it's really sad because he's a pitcher that was absolutely excellent when he's on the field. But recently, this year, he's had trouble staying on it. And it's really sad because it'd be so much fun to see this Rays team at its top. Because when it's playing so well, they're such a devastating team. But losing these two guys just make them... They're still good, okay? Don't get me wrong. But it loses some credibility, in my opinion. But Shane McLennan with TJ, you're usually out about 12 months to 16 months, so he's out for this year, and he's probably even out next year too. So this is a big blow, and this is the second time in his career he has TJ surgery. So, and a lot of reports saying is that after you gone two, you get some forearm pain, you get some other pains in your arm that you throw with your UCL. So this is going to be really tough for this guy. This could ruin his career, which we really don't hope, and I don't hope, because even though I'm a Blue Jay fan, Shane McLennan's so fun to watch. He's so nasty. He's stoic. He's calm. He's absolutely thrill and fun to watch, bro. It's really sad, and I'm really hoping that this doesn't affect his career, and I hope he comes back even better, because when this guy's on the field, he's so fun, and he's a top 5 pitcher in my opinion in baseball. Now we're gonna move on to probably one of the funniest things, but also a scary thing, a boxing match between Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson. I'm joking, not a real boxing match, but I'm a little late on this, but this is like something I found super entertaining. Seeing somebody get dropped like Tim Anderson, it's fun, but it's a scary situation at the same time. So knowing that he is okay after seeing him hobble off the field, it makes it okay to kind of enjoy it, but at the same time, it's kind of scary, as I said. But it's something where Tim Anderson, I don't think I think he's just frustrated with the year he's having, the year his team's having. So I think it was nothing against Jose Ramirez. It's probably just like circumstances going one on the other. I know that I've personally, when things are not going well, and then I go play baseball and things get worse, it just, you boil to a point where you're no longer yourself. You're just mad at everybody, And I think that's what's happening with Tim Anderson. I hope he's fine. I know that his suspension got reduced to 5 games, so he's out for a week. But this does nothing for the White Sox. They already kind of suck this year. So losing Tim Anderson, who's already not been that good, and you're not going to make it to the playoffs, it means nothing. But on the other hand, for the Guardians, a Guardians team that is, they still have a legit chance in the Central, with the Twins not really taking command, even though they have the team too. Losing Jose Ramirez, who is by far your best player, and even probably the best player in the Central, a top 10 player in baseball, losing this guy for it's 3 games, but it could be 3 important games. Maybe at the end of the year you're gonna need 3 more wins, and if he was there for those 3 games, he maybe would have won those 3 games. So for Jose Ramirez, I feel there was no point for him taking that risk. Tim Anderson, it doesn't matter, his year's already done, but for Jose Ramirez on a team that really, really needed him, I think it was a mistake. I think it's something where you got to be the bigger man. You got to realize, yeah, stand up for yourself. That's fine. But at the same time, you got to realize October baseball is more important than one meaningless game for the White Sox. This is a big win that your team needed, and you took yourself out of this game, and you took yourself out of 3 more games. I know sometimes you're going to say, yeah, stand up for yourself, but there's a moment where you got to put your team first, and he didn't put his team first. He put himself first. In my opinion, it's the wrong decision. If you guys have a different opinion, leave in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys think. So those are the big news I wanted to talk about. Now I wanted to really hop into my breakdown on the top 10 MLB pipeline prospects. I just wanted to do some honorable mentions of prospects I really, really like that were just out of the top 10. You got Marcelo Meyer, that I think is going to be an absolute stud. Everybody compares him to Corey Seager, and rightfully so. And if he even becomes half of what Seager is, he's going to be an excellent player. We also got Pete Crow Armstrong from the Chicago Cubs. Excellent lefty bat, beautiful swing, excellent defense, 80 grade defense. I don't know what his defense actually is rated, but it shouldn't be far. Yeah, 80 grade defense. He's an absolute savage. And also, last but not least, I want to talk about Wyatt Langford, because his 2 other the 2 guys that went in front of him got into the top 10, but he didn't. But I think he kind of deserved it. But still, I promise you, by the end of this year, or even by the start of next year, he will be a top 10 prospect in baseball. But without further ado, let's hop into the top 10. Starting off with a shortstop for the Arizona Diamondbacks, 21-year-old Jordan Lawler, absolute stud. This guy is super, super good. I can't believe he fell to 6th in the draft, and now he's the #1 prospect from that draft, if I'm not mistaken. This year, he's played in AA, he's played in AAA, and only 2 games in AAA, but still hitting 429, and then in AA, 89 games, 840 OPS, 474 slugging, 366 on base, and 263. Absolute stud. Hits the ball well, plays great defense. He's an all-around star on a team that in the next few years are going to be an absolute problem in that NL West. So adding Jordan Lawler, who is going to be an impact bat, impact defenseman, impact guy in that clubhouse, it's going to be an absolute incredible to watch this team grow. I'm very hyped for this guy, and he could have even gone a little higher. Now we're moving on to 20-year-old shortstop, another shortstop, 6'3" shortstop for the San Diego Padres, Jackson Muriel. Presently, he is in AA. Has played, he's kind of struggled a little bit, in the struggle. 762 OPS in 68 games is still pretty good in high A, but has gone to AA and has completely turned it around. 836 OPS, 473 slugging, 363 on base, and a 313 average. I'd like to see his on base go a little higher, but he likes to swing the bat. On a Padre team that's already stacked, you have this huge prospect that, he's going to be really good. Good fielding. He's an all-around really good player, pretty much a 6-tool player. Good defense, good power, good hitting, good running. This guy's all around an absolute stud, and I think... Now moving on to number 8, we have Evan Carter, outfielder for the Texas Rangers. What is with the Texas Rangers? Coming out of nowhere, now you have a prospect that's an absolute stud. Presently, he's in AA, and he's raking in AA. 862 OPS, 448 slugging, 414 on base to a 282 average. Are you kidding me? That is an absolute fantastic ratio from average to on base. Absolute star. This guy has pop. This guy has contact. This guy's going to be such a great player. And as I said, another guy that you're going to put him in Texas where there's a lot of veterans. He's going to be an absolute stud there. He's only 20 years old, and he's an absolute steal of a second-round pick. Excited to see him there. You put him along. I think Corey Seager is really going to be able to mature this guy because they're both left-hand swings, kind of similar swings that I find, but it's going to be an absolute stud. Now moving on to my favorite prospect in all of baseball because I am a Nats fan. We got 20-year-old James Wood. He started the year in High A, 42 games, a 972 OPS. Are you kidding me? 580 slugging? And then OP on base of 392, average of 393. Holy, then they move up to high A. Struggle a little more, but still 830 OPS, 502 slugging. Anytime you're slugging above 500, it's absolutely incredible. And again, a differential of 100 points in the OPS to average compartment. That's absolutely crazy. This Nats outfield in about 3-4 years is going to be incredible. You got Dylan Cruz, James Wood, you got Elijah Green, who didn't make it in the top 100. I kind of feel like he got left out, but that's my opinion as a Nats fan. This guy maybe has some of the most prolific power in a prospect that I've seen in a while, and I'm super excited because he is my favorite prospect on my favorite team. Now we're moving on to the Rays prospect, who probably I could see him get called up this year, if I'm being honest with what happened with Wander Franco. We got Junior Caminero, 20-year-old, you know, he's a very Rays kind of guy, you know. He's absolutely nasty. Another guy, a 1094 OPS, you know, 685 slugging in high A. That's incredible. Then they move him up to double A, and he's still slugging around 500, you know, 60 grade power, 60 grade hitting, okay speed, and a pretty good defense. All around, overall, I'm a 60 overall out of 80. Absolutely incredible. He's still 20. He's still 20, and he has incredible power. Imagine when he's going to develop even more. Put up some more muscle. Oh, this guy's going to be a stud. And as a Blue Jay fan, he's probably going to be somebody that's going to haunt my dreams for a while. Now moving on to, this guy makes me feel old. You know, I'm 20, and this 17-year-old Ethan Salas, catcher out of from San Diego. San Diego had one thing missing in their team, like apart for chemistry, and that was a catcher. And you get a switch hitting catcher who's 17 years old and is playing high A right now. He's played 6 games and has struggled, but he played a lot of games. Played in high A. He played in A, 837 OPS, slugging to 487, so about 500, 350 on base, and 267. You know, 60 hit, 55 power, 45 run, arm of a 60 defense. This guy's going to be a stud, and he's 17, bro. He's 17, and he's already 6'2", 185. Imagine in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years, when he puts more muscle. This guy's going to be a top prospect in a few years. And I can see him, a case where this guy, by the end of next year, or even by the end of, or in 2 years, he's going to be, I think he's the next teenage player to play in MLB. That's my opinion. Maybe not at 17 or 18, but at 19 for sure. Now moving on to another Nationals prospect and an outfielder. We just talked about him, Dylan Cruz. Oh my god, Dylan Cruz at 2. Oh, absolute stud, bro. He started at rookie ball, played 1 game, got 3 hit on 3 pitches. Okay, easy work. Then the guy goes to A, plays 10 games, and already has 16 hits and 46 at-bats, 10 runs, an OPS of 1.075, a slugging of 652. Not a big sample size, but at the same time, you don't need one to make an impact like he's doing. Scouting grade of 70 hitting, 60 power, 60 run, 55 arm, 55 fielding, and an overall of 65. Are you kidding me? This guy's going to be a stud. And this is probably like the next captain of the Washington Nationals. I'm so excited. Beautiful right hand swing. I'm kind of scared because Washington usually really develops good left-handing hitting outfielders like a James Wood and all of that, like a Juan Soto, like a Bryce Harper, but I'm so excited for Dylan Cruz. He's going to be my favorite prospect in like a year, if I'm being honest. Now we're moving into the top 3 with the number 1 overall pick in 2023 draft, who is slated to make it to the MLB next year. Paul Skeens, 80 fastball. Are you kidding me? Oh no, you're not kidding me. When the fastball goes to 103, you don't really have to say much. A 70 slider. Okay, this guy can pitch 2 pitches and he'd dominate you. You know, so far this year he's thrown 2 innings, but you know, when you do 2 innings as dominant as he has, 3 strikeouts in 2 innings, yeah, it's easy light work. This guy's gonna be a stud. I can see him And Pittsburgh are nasty with pitchers. Garrett Cole, you got Musgrove, you know, all these absolute stud. And now they get Paul Skeens, who's probably going to be next year. He's going to be ready for next year. And I could see him making that jump on a Pittsburgh team that is not far away from competing. I think this could be the missing piece. Now we're moving to the top two, which the top two is undeniable. Starting off with outfielder from the Brewers, something that the Brewers can get hyped for because they haven't had a hype prospect in a while, if I'm being honest. And it's Jackson Rios. He is a 19-year-old stud, and I think he could be ready at the end of this year. They probably won't take a risk knowing the Brewers. He's probably going to be starting next year, but 55 hitting, 60 power, 70 run, 45 arm, 60 fielding. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not that good. He's an absolute stud. He's an absolute stud. Right hand, beautiful swing. I don't know where they're going to play him, if it's more center, more left. I think he'd be more of a good right fielder, left fielder. But if they decide to stick him in center, where I do think Weimer's probably going to be playing. But this guy's 19-year-old. Is a 19-year-old playing AA and is being absolutely incredible. He's not having the year he had last year. But it doesn't matter when you're 19 playing against 23-year-old, 24-year-old, 25-year-old. This guy's an absolute stud and is incredible. Can't wait to see this guy make his debut. And then we're moving on to number one. And who else can it be? He got drafted number one last year, and a lot of people were like, oh, why didn't they take Drew Jones? Why didn't they take Drew Jones? Bro, this is why. Because Jackson Holliday is an absolute stud. Shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles. Yeah, you know, the Baltimore Orioles need another incredible prospect after having Gunnar Henderson, after having Grayson Rodriguez, after having Adley Rushman. They needed another one. No, now they got Jackson Holliday, 19-year-old, absolute stud, first round pick last year, and he's already the top prospect. 70 hitting, 55 power, 60 running, 55 fielding, 55 arm, overall of 70. Absolute son of a bitch, son of a gun. Incredible. Look at his stats. He played A-ball, 1.182 OPS in 14 games. That's light work. Then he goes to AHA. He's probably going to struggle. Yeah, he will. 940 OPS. Oh, it's not as good. So let's move him up to AA, where he does 975. So he becomes better when you move him up. He's hitting 356. I've seen his swing because they keep on putting highlights, but I'm not going to say no. Absolute beautiful swing. I am going to have nightmares facing this guy. And I'm going to have nightmares. I already have nightmares of the Orioles as a Blue Jay fan. And now you're going to bring this absolute stud, handsome stud, bro. This guy's a year younger than me. And he's a stud, bro. It's incredible. You know, the prospect field right now, I don't think has been this exciting in such a while. And you know, I named 10 guys, and you know, you can go down to 50 to 60 to 70 and you still have some incredibly incredible, I said it, prospects coming up. I can't wait to see what becomes of this, and I'm so excited for where baseball is going. It's in such a good direction. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you have your opinion, who's your favorite prospect? Tell me, who's your favorite prospect in baseball? Mine's James Wood. If you guys want to see a video of my top 10 favorite prospects, leave a like. And I love you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.